Hi everybody, it's Brian here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. So, have you ever found yourself in a situation where, you sit in front of your computer or your tablet or what have you, and you just basically draw a blank and you have no idea what it is that you're going to be designing for? You know that you've got something deep inside you that wants to come out, but in terms of a niche idea, you just really can't put your finger on it. Well, in today's episode, I'm going to be showing you 10 really cool niche ideas for the month of March that you could actually consider designing for in order to kickstart your print-on-demand business and start bringing more customers to your shop and generating more sales. Interested? Stay tuned. Now, before we start with today's episode, the fact that you're here means that you're interested in all things pertaining to print on demand. And for that, I really want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to sit down and watch this episode. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your patronage. I'm really glad to have you in my community. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification icon so that you'll be informed each and every time that I upload a new video to my channel. I upload videos every Wednesday and Saturday with the scope of helping you take your print-on-demand business to the next level and generate more sales for your business. So if that's something that interests you, don't forget the subscribe button is down below. Click on it. And now let's start with today's episode. So welcome to my computer screen, and let's start off with going through the 10 niches for the month of March that you can actually consider designing for. And the first niche pertains to National Barista Day. So what I've actually done is I've had Redbubble organize the listings according to the best selling, just to give us an idea of what kind of competition that we're going to be competing against should we decide to create a design listing for any and all of the niches that we're going to be discussing in today's video. Now, as you can see here, at the time of publishing this video, there are only 322 results for the keyword phrase National Barista Day, which means that there is a lot of potential, a lot of room for your designs to actually be found and be seen when somebody actually keys in either Barista Day or National Barista Day. Redbubble is going to index your designs for both keyword phrases, but you're obviously being more specific by putting National Barista Day in your title, within the description, and in the keyword tag, so that obviously your designs, once they're uploaded onto Redbubble, will obviously rank as high as they possibly can. And obviously you're only having 322 other results that you would need to compete against. Now, when we are actually designing for these particular niches, we also have to look at the quality of the other designs that we are competing against. And for some niches, there will actually be some really great designs to compete against. But for the most of them, there are going to be quite a number of substandard designs already up on Redbubble, which is actually a good thing for you. Because when a customer visits Redbubble, and again, I would obviously assume that the same would hold true for any of the other print-on-demand platforms, when a customer visits the shop for that particular keyword phrase, if the other designs that you're competing against aren't that great, well, the likelihood of your design standing out is going to increase exponentially. So actually be very happy when you come across a particular keyword phrase and the designs really aren't that great. Or else, worse yet, that the designs up there have absolutely nothing to do with the keyword phrase that they are actually ranking for. This is one case in point. As you can see here, for National Barista Day, the first 9 designs, the first 10, 11 designs actually, all pertain to something other than barista. I mean, we've got the CBD niche over here. Clearly, obviously, the sellers who created these designs keyed in something pertaining to baristas that Redbubble put it in, and obviously we've got some tag spamming happening, right, as we can see right here in front of our faces. But it isn't until that we get down to around here that we actually start finding designs pertaining to National Barista Day, and this will give us an indication of what it is that we have to come up with in order to supersede the current designs that are already listed on Redbubble for this particular design. Now, one thing that I definitely want to state from the get-go, that in no certain terms am I advocating that you go into any of these niches that we are actually discussing today and blatantly copy the designs that you're seeing over here. No, absolutely not. Instead, what I'm actually encouraging you to do is to gain inspiration and motivation from the designs, trying to see which design you could actually emulate, you could try to put your own take on it to try to make an even better design to grab the attention of a customer to come to your shop and purchase the design from you as opposed to from any of these competitors that you would be competing against. Now, one thing that I definitely want to bring to your attention as we go through this video is that when you are creating your own designs, see the mistakes of the other designs that are on the listings for those keyword phrases so that you can ensure that you aren't making the same mistakes that they are, which could be obviously detrimental to the possibility of you making any kind of sales. What am I talking about? Well, if we take a look at this one over here, coffee, it's obviously on a postcard, but clearly the designer, when he or she activated the postcard in the back end of his or her shop, they didn't upload a variation of the design with the postcard dimensions. And as a result, Redbubble compressed the design. And I know this to be the case because obviously we've got these white margins at the top and the bottom. And if you've got a different colored background besides white, these are really going to stand out in a very unsightly way. And the chances of customers making a purchase for something like this is really negligible. So when you are actually uploading for Redbubble, you either A, have to create some variations to fit these particular products so that they will look good. We're talking stickers, we're talking postcards, we're talking clock faces, just to name a few. Or else, if it doesn't look good, if it looks compressed, then deactivate it and don't allow Redbubble to showcase your design on that product. Because remember, impressions, professionality mean the world to customers when they are visiting various print-on-demand platforms. They want to see quality. Okay, so the second niche idea pertains to National Dentist Day. And as you can see here, from the number of results we're competing against, there are only 13 results. So it's still a keyword phrase which is still in its infancy. So there's a lot of potential to get your designs in here early enough so that as this keyword phrase starts to grow, starts to get more attention, your designs are going to be up at the forefront ahead of any other designers so that when customers visit this particular keyword phrase, your designs are going to be up at the top and clearly, and if they're good enough, those customers will click on your designs and visit your shop to actually see more. Again, here's another case in point of what we need to be very careful for. We cannot have black text on a black background because clearly they're not going to be able to read it. The same holds true with respect to stickers. As you can see here, there must have been some kind of text. I'm thinking maybe the word love, but it was all in white. So as it came out as a sticker, nobody's going to buy this. It was basically a waste of time uploading it. So make sure that you don't put yourself into that situation. Instead, what you can do with respect to stickers is either A, create a circle, square, or rectangular background, okay, so that it's sitting nicely behind your design. And this way, when the person who orders the sticker receives it, they're not getting a bunch of pieces. They're going to get one nice coherent sticker that they just need to pull off and stick wherever they like. They're going to be a lot happier with the product and the design, and the likelihood of them revisiting your shop again in the future to make a purchase is going to be a lot higher. So keep that in mind when you are creating your stickers. Okay, the third niche pertains to International Day of Awesomeness. Now, who doesn't like the word awesomeness? Just even thinking about it, saying it, really gives out a positive vibe. And at the time of this video, there are only 17 results for this keyword phrase. So again, it's a keyword phrase which is in its infancy. There's a lot of potential, a lot of room for development. In terms of designs, we've got some really interesting designs here that we would have to compete for. But again, these aren't designs that couldn't be surpassed, couldn't be improved upon. So you can actually go through them, take a look at them, put your own take on them, come up with a different phrase. The one thing that I would caution with respect to this particular keyword phrase pertains to the style of font and the size of the font that you choose. Even in terms of the font style, make sure that the font that you choose can be easily read. If you are going to be using more than one font, make sure that they complement each other and make sure that they're large enough that they will be clearly seen in the thumbnail, particularly if a customer is looking at the designs, looking at the thumbnails on a mobile device. If they can't read it, the chances of them stopping to take a greater look is going to be negligible and you will have potentially lost the possibility of making a sale. Okay, the fourth niche idea pertains to Smart and Sexy Day. Yes, there actually is a holiday in the month of March called Smart and Sexy Day. And clearly, there is some traction with respect to this keyword phrase because at the time of publishing this video, there are currently 858 results being listed on Redbubble. And as you can see here, we've got a lot of text designs. And if you can also see here, there's a lot of scaling going on. What do I mean by scaling? Well, the word scaling means that when you take a design and you change a word or two in the design in order to reflect different occupations, different locations, different hobbies, different likes, different dislikes. So that obviously you are keeping the base of your design there as is, but you're only changing one phrase so that you'll be able to create multiple variations of a design and hence increase your profile and increase the number of designs that you are showcasing, that you're putting up on offer on your print-on-demand platform, whichever one that you're using, so that you'll obviously throw a larger net out to catch more customers to your shop and hopefully make more sales. Now, what am I talking about? Well, we've got this one here. Sorry, this guy is already taken by a smart and sexy nurse. Then we've got a smart and sexy accountant. Then we have a smart and sexy Venezuelan. So you can see we've got occupations, we have places on the planet. Again, nurse, lawyer, electrician, engineer. So there's a lot of potential for this particular keyword. Now again, please remember, I'm not advocating that you go in and copy these particular designs, but there's nothing stopping you from putting your own take on it, maybe finding another sarcastic or funny or quirky phrase and creating something that is your own pertaining to, smart and sexy day, and obviously scale it so that you can actually put up 10, 15, 20, as many variations of that design as you would want to do, as as much as you have the patience to create, so that obviously you can actually compete against these people here and hopefully make the sale as well. Okay, so the fifth niche idea is National Napping Day. Something that I think a lot of us really enjoy doing, but unfortunately we don't always have the time to do it. But yes, it is a holiday event in the month of March. It actually falls on the 15th day of March. And as you can see here, there's a lot of potential for you to make sales in this particular keyword phrase. Because at the time of recording this particular episode, there are only 87 results. Now let's take a look at what we're competing against. We've got a cheetah poster here, which has absolutely nothing to do with it. We've got a sticker over here which doesn't mention National Napping Day, but I think we can all agree that the quality of this particular design is not that striking. But in terms of the other designs, we've got this one here, My Best Friend, which is a pillow. So that's actually a quite quirky design idea for this particular keyword phrase. Gone napping on a sticky note. Okay, and also we've got different animals in sleeping positions. So you could actually go into the animal niche and cross niche between napping and these particular animals. Maybe you can draw these particular animals yourself, or if you're unable to, maybe you can hire somebody from websites like Fiverr or Odesk and have somebody create those clip art designs for you, and then you can superimpose them onto your designs and hopefully make more sales. Now we've got these circular designs, National Napping Day. Be a little bit careful when you are actually working on these circular designs. Make sure that you're placing it and you're sizing your fonts that will allow for the customer to be able to read it, that it doesn't look crammed or overburdened or whatnot. So obviously have a care with that, even again with respect to this selection of the font style. Okay, so the next niche idea pertains to National Panda Day, an animal which many people globally absolutely love. In terms of, designing for National Panda Day, we only have about 402 results at the time of publishing this video that we would have to compete against. And again, you can really take different angles with respect to this particular keyword phrase. We've got, close-ups of, different parts of the animal's anatomy. We've got these cute kawaii type of characters that you could design for. The one thing that I would caution with respect to pandas, because they have a lot of white in them, is that you are very careful with respect to the color of backgrounds that you use. As you can see here on a white pillow, it doesn't look that great given the fact that the white of the panda seems like it might be bleeding out into the pillow. So really do be very careful, be attentive what kind of colored backgrounds you choose for your designs on those products where you're able to select what kind of colors that you would like for them. Okay, here's another example of what I'm talking about. We've got the circle design here, we've got the panda in the middle. Now, Just imagine when the customer is receiving this sticker, particularly if they order the small version, that panda is going to be relatively quite small and very difficult to peel out, and even more difficult to place within the center of the words if they're trying to stick it on a jar or a water bottle or the back of a laptop case too as well. This would have been a prime example of the designer superimposing this design, saving it on a white circular background, and then uploading again. It would have looked a lot nicer as a thumbnail, and obviously it would be a lot more appealing to a potential customer. Again, here's another poor example, unfortunately, where the text went up as white, and clearly we'll never know what the designer wanted to state over here. So be careful of these things. Okay, so the sixth niche idea pertains to National Corn Dog Day, and at the time of publishing this video, there are only 143 results. And as we can see here, we've got some text and clip art designs, which are quite quirky, quite nice. We've got a cross niche between, obviously the corn dog with a dog head here too as well. We've got these different color schemes that are trying to make the design stand out, which is really great. And then as usual, we've got our tag spammers who probably keyed in something pertaining to corn dog in the back end of their design. And obviously we've got these totally unrelated designs. But again, this is good because obviously somebody who's looking for something pertaining to National Corn Dog Day are just going to swipe past those. A lot of customers are becoming very, very numb against these particular things. They don't click on them. They just scroll by. So if your design really stands out and it's really top notch, they're going to just wash over those ones and come across your design, which is what you want to do. Okay. So again, here's another one with respect to the text on the sticker. Two different stickers. We've got another piece over here which is detached from here. Be careful for that. People aren't going to buy those stickers when they're in that particular format because it's just too much work to stick them on something else. Okay, so the seventh niche idea pertains to International Day of Happiness. This is another motivational, inspirational type of keyword phrase. Again, I think out of the 10 events that I'm sharing with you today pertaining to holidays events in the month of March, this is the one keyword phrase that has the most traction. But again, it's still underneath 1,000 results. So there's still plenty of room for you to get in and to, showcase your own design making skills for this particular keyword phrase. Don't be afraid of some competition. Competition is good. It shows that there's activity pertaining to those keyword phrases. So jump in with your own particular take on the designs and really come out with some smashing designs of your own. Now, the one takeaway from this particular keyword phrase that I want to share with you is to be very careful with the number of colors that you select for that particular design, particularly if you're going to combine the colors with a very narrow font style. What do I mean? Well, let's take a look at this one here. Believe in yourself and you'll be unstoppable. It's a nice phrase, but given the fact that there are a lot of different colors and the font style is relatively thin, well, maybe perhaps on a desktop computer or maybe even on a tablet, it could be visible, but on a mobile device where the screens are relatively small, the thumbnail is going to be small and it might be very hard for people to see it. So in which case, I would have recommended that maybe we would have narrowed down the number of colors to like 3 or 4. And just to see how it would look, and then obviously upload a variation for that. So that's a piece of advice I would definitely highly encourage you to keep in the back of your mind when creating a design, particularly if the font style is narrow or in script format. Be very selective of the colors that you choose and make sure that the colors complement each other. Another thing to be very attentive for is the size of the text. Again, this one over here, every day we had to zoom in and it's still a little bit difficult to read. I cannot make out what that is over here. Just imagine how difficult it would be seen on a mobile device. And unless somebody actually physically clicks on that particular design, the chances of making a sale is going to be few and far between. But in terms of International Day of Happiness, okay, we've got some designs over here that we could use as motivation, as inspiration. Again, here we go. Here's some substandard designs. I'm actually happy to see this because I know that if I create some designs and upload them, then obviously my designs are going to stand out against these ones. The same could be said for you too as well. Be careful of the color you choose for your font styles, particularly if you are going to activate them on stickers. Okay, so the ninth niche idea for the month of March pertains to International Day of Forests. And as you can see here, there are only 305 results. So again, there's a lot of room for you to come in with your own designs and really increase the number of listings, and obviously get your designs showcased for anything pertaining to forests, environmental awareness, carbon footprint. These kind of topics are really at the forefront of the mindset of a lot of people globally. We want to make sure that we're taking better care of our planet, reducing the amount of greenhouse gases that are out there. And sometimes, designs on stickers, designs on t-shirts that you could create to obviously share that message can really resonate a lot with people out there. And if they're searching for something pertaining to forests and they see your designs and they're smashingly good, then the chances of them buying it is going to be a lot higher than against some of the other designs that are clearly substandard for this keyword phrase. Now, what are we talking about? Well, if we just go down here, we've got a lot of flags pertaining to different states in the United States. We've got this strawberry man over here again too as well. I have no idea what that has to do with obviously International Day of Forest. Clearly tag spammers out there. It isn't until we get down to around here that we start seeing designs pertaining to forests, mentioning the word trees and whatnot. So again, you can get in there, come in with your own take, and really go to town with this particular design and really come out with some smashing designs to get your shop noticed by people so that they can come over, obviously visit your design and make the purchase. Okay, and the final niche idea for the month of March that I wish to share with you today pertains to International Mermaid Day. Yes, there is a holiday called International Mermaid Day, and at the time of publishing this video, as you can see here, we only have 204 results that we would have to be competing against. And the first 4 results, again, remember, I've obviously organized these listings according to best selling, pertains to things not even relevant to the word mermaid. Now, probably what has happened is they've used the word mermaid in their keyword tags, and maybe these particular designs sold well under another keyword tag, and because of the fact that they sold well there, Redbubble has bumped them up to the top of the listing because they're assuming that it's going to sell well for the keyword mermaid as well. But we know better than that, and we're going to make sure that we're going to come up with our own mermaid related designs that are going to supersede these particular 4 designs and really kick them out of the park, so that obviously we make more sales with designs that really truly focus on mermaids and are actually going to be keeping the customer at the forefront of our mindset to give them the best designs that we can possibly give them. Now, who should we be focusing on with respect to this particular keyword phrase? Well, clearly we all can agree that the demographic that really loves the concept of mermaids, the imagination, the fascination, are young girls between the ages of 6 and 12. So parents who have girls within this particular age range might want to purchase something for them. Who knows, maybe come up with a design pertaining to a mermaid and start scaling names of girls, so that maybe a parent who's looking for something that is a little bit more specific to their daughter's name will see it and actually buy it. You can easily Google, the most popular girl's name of 2021. You could go on Google and say, what were the most popular girls' names in 2000 or 2005 or 2015, and then see what Google comes up with, and you could actually scale a design with those names. So those parents whose daughters are maybe entering, 6, 7, 8, 9 years of age might be looking for a nice special gift for them to mark this particular event, or maybe for any day of the year. And they key in the word International Mermaid Day or Mermaid Day or what have you, and actually find your design and actually make the purchase. So again, there's a lot of room here. There's a lot of room to scale it. All it takes is a little bit of patience, do the research, obviously come up with some smashing designs, create them, upload them, and obviously you should do very well for yourself and actually start making sales and getting people to notice your shop and visiting it on a recurring basis. So there you have it, everybody. As you can see, we went through 10 really interesting events, dates that happened throughout the month of March, all particular niches that you could actually consider designing for. And the beauty of this is that these are events which are going to be occurring every March. Now, you'll notice I didn't really focus or mention anything pertaining to St. Patrick's Day because, well, basically everybody knows that St. Patrick's Day falls within the month of March, and this is a very saturated niche. So, you're welcome to go in and design for that, but you really want to niche down and maybe find some sub-niches for St. Patrick's Day in order to have any chance of making any sales for that particular niche. Instead, I provided you with 10 niches that I did some research on. There's potential in all of them. It's something which potentially is evergreen from the sense that it does come every single March. So you could potentially create one design that could actually sell for you year in, year out. Be careful about dating your designs if you are hoping for recurring sales every year. Or else you might want to consider creating two designs, one with the date and one without the date, and see how it goes with that. So I really hope that you found value in today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the niches that I shared with you. I want to encourage each and every one of you to get onto your tablets, get onto your computers, and start designing and getting those designs uploaded so that you'll have enough time for people to find your design, and they'll have enough time to receive that design on whatever product they order in time for that particular date for that particular niche. But for today, that's all I've got. And as always, be safe, be well, be creative. Bye for now.